What is up, everybody? It's your boy Travis, aka Matsu here, and today I'm going to be bringing you my Rodan deck profile for post-Godzilla. I know a lot of you are probably interested in what this character looks like, especially considering my most recent tier list where I put him in S tier. I think he's one of the best characters in the game. Before we get into the actual video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, go check out the Patreon, where I do coaching at the $10 level, and check out the Twitch. Anyways, let's get right into it. So, obviously, we're playing Rodan, the giant monster of the sky. He's a 7-hander with 21 health, the air, all, and void symbol. Enhanced Tenacious, meaning he's playable while he is committed. Remove the top card of your discard pile. This attack gets plus X or minus X speed. X equals the printed block mod of the removed card. Enhance, commit. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put them back in any order. If you have 4 or more attacks in your remove pile, look at the top 4 instead. So something I will say, on the bottom, enhance specifically, you will more than likely never get the top 4 with your character in this deck. That's just not the intention. Usually your opponent is dead before then, or you have died before then, but that's usually not the case. Usually your opponent has just died before then. Also, you really don't want to actually be removing your attacks in this deck because they don't have like crazy block mods for you to remove. Anyways, let's get into the foundations. I'm playing 1 Shobijin's Message. This card is essentially Keiko's Aid, but on different symbols. Flip after you play a block against Breaker 2. It's a little bit worse than Keiko's Aid because your opponent can just eat it by playing a foundation or an action as a form or something. And it's also unique. But it has a +4 block mod, which is really good in our character. On to arguably the best card in the deck, if not the best card in the deck. Supersonic Flight. This card is crazy. It's a 3-5 check, 4 high block, enhance destroy, change this attack zone to high, it gets +2 speed and +3 damage. Response after this card is removed due to an effect or to pay a cost. Draw 1 card. Yeah. This card is obnoxious. This card is just, I don't know why this card was printed, actually. This card says enhance destroy for 6/3 and draw a card in this character. Which, in case you couldn't just figure out, is an absurd rate. Like, what is that? Man, this card is just so obnoxious, and it gets even better with an interaction coming later in the deck profile, which I will talk about when we get to it. For Fruit Tart Gourmand, this card is crazy. This card says we get to block any attack with Airy Smiles, and when we do, we net advantage because we build the top card of our deck face down committed, which helps us kill them faster because we have more foundations to pass checks. On to Shameless Haggler. This card is just kind of, it helps us dig, essentially, and find the stuff that we need. It's very good with Rodan's stack ability because it allows us to draw a card on demand. And it also just helps us against the decks that are going to try and throw us out, and when we have to eat pokes. For Flustered, Flustered is another form of on-demand draw. We are playing a bunch of charge attacks, so this is almost always active. We're playing about over half of our attack packages charge. So, and then it's also just very good against Damajiki, being able to shut off his momentum. Very good. On to the next one, we've got Rescue Specialist. Rescue Specialist is a 1/4 4 mid block. Enhance if your character is committed. This attack gets +1 speed. Your character is almost always going to be committed on offense because of the fact that you commit your face to Scry top 2. And then also, it just gives 4 speed when we remove it. off the top of our discard pile, which is very good. Or it's -4 speed, which is another very good thing we can do. On the next one, Return of Kings. 1/5, 2 low block, enhance commit your block mod to block this, gets -2. Response, discard 1 momentum. After you block with this card, build it. Yeah. This card's good. It allows us to, yet again, get advantage by blocking with it and building it down. One of my favorite things to do is you can Lightning Rod, deflect, and then get a momentum, and then you can block with Return of the Kings and then build it down, which is sick. 4 copies of Nice Try, arguably the best defensive foundation in the game, because it's essentially 2 foundations, and also makes it a lot better, or I should say easier, if you like bomb checks on your turn. You can kind of afford to commit a little bit more, just because of what Nice Try does, readying on your opponent's combat phase. Love this card. 1 Lemillion of the big 3, and I know you're probably thinking, well, why is this in the deck? So every attack in this deck is either a low or a high, which means they all get damage. And what does our character give? Our character gives speed, so we want to counteract the amount of speed we give, or I guess, not counteract, but enhance the amount of speed we give by giving stats elsewhere, which is damage. It is also just good with Supersonic Flight, because we can enhance, give our Walk the Dog +1 damage, and then enhance Supersonic Flight, make it a high, draw a card, or remove it to our character, draw a card, give it +1 damage again, because it's a high now. 3 Nedry Chain of the big 3. 1/5, 2 high block, enhance, destroy 1 foundation. This attack gets +1 damage if it is blocked in 1 elf. So this helps us like stay out of deadlock, and also is just a very good like defensive, oh, I know I'm going to be blocking this, I guess I'll destroy this committed foundation, I don't care about to have an extra health this turn. 1 copy of Vast Hybrid. This is how another way that we get damage. It's really easy for us to get momentum in this deck, so being able to form Vast Hybrid, get 1 damage for the rest of the turn, and then like Invisible Infiltration, blink it out, it comes back in, form it again. My attacks are now getting 2 damage for the rest of the turn when my character gives a shit ton of speed. It's very good. And then also we can use the momentum for powerful for Walk the Dog, which is a good use case as well. Basic training. I'm sure you guys all know what this does, but in case you don't, 0/5, 2 mid block, response, once per turn, after you play an attack, it gets +1 damage. Dead block, response, after an attack is played, it gets +1 speed, playable while committed. I mean, yes, it's the best, one of the best zeros we've ever printed, specifically in MHA. It just does free stuff, and also is very good deadlock pressure, which is something that your opponent might have to go into against this character to have a chance at killing them. Reluctant Role Model, 0/5, 3 low block, enhance Tenacious, flip, this attack gets -1 damage. So this is in the deck just because we needed a low block spam, and the block mod was pretty high, so we will get extra value off of Rodan removing it, which is, in my opinion, pretty important. Onto the attack package. 4 copies of Electric Moth. Electric Moth is a 3-eye for 4 with a 3 check, 2 mid block, and 4 difficulty, charge, and range. Enhance, discard 1 card that's cost, draw 2 cards. If your rival has 10 or more foundations, draw 3 cards instead. So this is always at least going neutral when you play it. If your opponent has 10 or more foundations, it's going +1. And then Giant Enhance, which Rodan is, ready your character after this attack resolves. So what you can do is you can play Electric Moth, use the Enhance to discard 1, draw 2, enhance Rodan, look at top 2, stack, and then enhance ready your character after this attack resolves. So you now essentially have 4 whole checks that you are able to manipulate into your favor during your turn or your opponent's turn, which is very strong. Being able to do that when you're poking, so you can have your character up for defense to stack checks, extremely strong. On to the next one. Flying Dragon Tackle is a 4i for 5, 3 check, 1 high block, 5 difficulty. Enhance: if this attack is blocked, your rival flips 1 foundation. If it is not blocked, commit 1 rival foundation. If this attack deals damage, draw 1 card. Now, this card is absurd if you can put speed on it. Like, if you put 3 speed on this move, you're telling your opponent they are going to have to, at minimum, commit 3 foundations if they have a 1 high block to block it, 4 if they have a 2 high block, and if they do that, they still have to flip 1, and now our Walk the Dogs are active, but also if they just take it, we get to draw an extra card, and then we commit whatever their best foundation is, because it says commit 1 rival foundation, which means it is targeted. So, make sure you guys are aware of that when you play this card. On to the next one. One of the better attacks in our format at the moment, we have Lightning Rod. It is a 4 diff, 4i4, 2 high block, 2 check, charge, deflect, stun 1. Response: after you play this card's deflect ability, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. Enhance: build the top 2 cards of your deck face down. At the start of your end phase, remove them. Now, this has some synergies in our character. So, if we look at the top 2 with our character and see that these are not good, we can Lightning Rod, build them face down, and then move on with our day, right? And then also, we are playing Airy Smiles, which lets us stack the cards that we build face down off of Lightning Rod, so we can then draw them, like, say we stacked an attack, or we built an attack, or whatever. It's also damage reduction in a pinch. If we, for some reason, can't block, it is -4 damage. Oh, sorry. It is also stun 1, which is very good. Helps turn on our Walk the Dogs, which just helps us kill people. On to the next one, Invisible Infiltration. Okay, so this is the interaction that I wanted to talk about with Supersonic Flight. So because of the fact that Supersonic Flight says after this card is removed due to an effect or to pay a cost, draw 1 card, if you Invisible Infiltration it, meaning you remove it from the game, and then after it resolves, you build it back in face up, you will get the response on Supersonic Flight to draw a card, which is crazy. It makes Invisible Infiltration into a cantrip attack for free, which is like, yeah, already a foundation draw card. This card actually just becomes Unwavering Slash, minus the build an asset part. Like, this card is crazy. And then on average, once you get the point in the game where you should be, this is just a 3 low for 7, which is more like a 6 low for 7 because of our character. Last but definitely not least, Walk the Dog. 8 difficulty, 6 low 6, 3 check, 2 low block, powerful 3, ranged, stun 1 weapon. This attack gets -1 difficulty for each committed foundation in your rival stage. Max 4, enhance, draw 1 card for each copy of Walk the Dog in your card pool. This card draws us cards. This card is a kill condition. It's got stun 1. I mean, what bad can I say about it? Nothing. The only thing that could possibly get you in a bad situation with this card is if your rival has the ability to destroy all their committed foundations during your turn while you're attacking them, or just never overcommits, which certainly can happen. Oh, also I just realized, Invisible Infiltration, 4 diff, 3 low 5, 3 check, 2 mid block. Enhance, this attack gets +1 damage for every 4 foundations in your rival stage, and then enhance, remove 1 foundation from either player's stage. After this attack resolves, the owner of the removed foundation builds it from the removed from game pile face up. Don't think I read that one off. Anyways, On to the actions. I'm playing 3 copies of Airy Smiles and 3 copies of Genkai's Guidance. Airy Smiles is just one of the best defensive tools in the format, especially against characters like Meta 2, who are just trying to ignore progressives, so things like Face Shield don't really do anything against them because you're actually just helping them. It's very good against Echo attacks. And then it's also got offensive utility because we build random face downs with Lightning Rod and Food Tart. Genkai's Guidance. This card plays offense, it plays defense. We're going to have a bunch of foundations built. Our character is so hyper efficient we can kill them on a low foundation count if we need to. This card just kind of does everything that we need it to do. Anyways, what's your guys' favorite Godzilla character? Make sure you guys leave that down in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Go check out the Patreon where I do coaching at the $10 level. And yeah, have a wonderful day, everybody. Stay classy.
What is up, Matsu Nation? Thank you for watching till the end of the video. If you enjoyed, like, comment, and subscribe. And check out all my socials and my Patreon. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and sayonara.